Hello everybody, welcome back to the Preacher Kids channel. My name is Savannah and today we are doing James chapter 4. And again, like always, I do have notes, so I'm probably going to go a little bit slow and stop maybe a couple times. Oh, okay, never mind, sorry. I believe there was an echo. Okay, never mind. Let's get on to James chapter 4. James chapter 4, James chapter 4, verse 1. For whence come wars and fighting among you? Come they not hence, even of your lust that war in your members? Pride. Ye lust, have not; ye kill and desire to have, and cannot obtain; ye fight and war, yet ye have not because ye ask not. They, right here, this is where we do it. Try to point it out. Ye lust and have not; ye kill and desire to have, and cannot. What they desire to have is pride. James chapter 4, verse 3. Ye ask and receive not, but ye ask amiss, that ye may continue it upon your lust. So about that pride. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is an enemy of God. If you if sinners are your friends, you're an enemy of God. If you still hang out with sinners, you're an enemy of God. Since James chapter 4, verse 5, do ye think that the scripture saith in vain, the script that dwelleth in the lust to envy? But he giveth more grace, wherefore he saith, God resisteth the proud, but grace giveth unto the humble. God doesn't like the the proud people. God just looks down upon his nose upon. So the evil of this world, pride and arrogancy, God hates. James chapter 4, verse 7. Submit yourselves therefore to God, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Resist the devil from making you think you still sin. Use your senses. Like, what I mean use your senses is when you go and you touch a fire, of course it's gonna be hot. If you go and steal something, you're gonna get caught stealing. Even though everything is pure, doesn't mean that it's expedient to do, but use your senses. Alright, James chapter 4, verse 8. Draw nigh to God, and he will draw nigh to you. Clean your hands, ye sinners, and purify your hearts, ye double-minded. Now we're going to go through it one more time. Draw nigh to God. Keep reading. Resist the devil. Never think you sin ever again. And draw nigh to God. Read, and he will draw nigh to you. Clean. Oh, sorry, I was reading part 7 too. Sorry, we start on 8. Draw nigh to God. Keep reading. He will draw nigh to you. Clean your hands. Trust that he reconciled all things. Ye sinners, and purify your hearts, ye double-minded. James chapter 4, verse 9. Be afflicted and mourn, and weep. Let your laughter turn into mourning, and your joy to heaviness. Humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord, and he shall lift you up. James chapter 4, verse 11. Speak not evil of one another, brethren. He that speaks evil of his brother and judges his brother speaketh evil of the law, and judgeth the law. But thou judge the law, and art thou art not a doer of the law, but a judge. There is one lawgiver, who is able to save and destroy. Who art thou that ju- judgest another? Go. mm, So up here, I'm gonna read it on time because I was being very positive with it. Speak no evil one of another, brethren. He that speaketh evil of his brother and judgeth his brother speaketh evil of the law, and judgeth the law. But thou judge the law, thou art not a doer of the law, but a judge. There is one lawgiver, who is able to save and destroy. Who art thou that judgest another? Don't judge. The old law, Jesus fulfilled it, so you cannot keep it, because he knew that we wouldn't be able to keep it. James chapter 4, verse 13. Go to now, that ye that say, today or tomorrow we will go into such a city and continue there a year, and buy and sell and get gain, whereas ye know not what shall be on tomorrow, on the morrow. For what is your life? Is it even a vapor that evaporeth for a little time and vanisheth away? Nothing matters, nothing what you say matters, nothing what you do matters. It doesn't matter. The only person that matters is Jesus, the Bible. That's all that matters. James chapter 4, verse 15. For that ye ought to say, if the Lord will, we shall live and do this or that. Sorry, I do have notes. Alright, we start on 15. For that ye ought to say, if the Lord will, we shall live and do this or that. Jesus does not judge. Jesus does not judge. You, he made everything and gave you then. He gave you. Then, and then, hold on, I'm getting my notes. Jesus does not judge you. He made everything perfect. And he gave you. Then the devil screwed you and convinced you to eat off the tree of right and wrong. Now trust Jesus that he reconciled all things. For now ye rejoice in your boasting, all such is rejoice in evil. That's what it says on wait, that's not make sense. Okay, no, it didn't. But on 15, Jesus, whatever you do now or later on or what you did in the past is what Jesus chose for you. That's what he planned for you. It could be your cat dying. It could be your dog getting paralyzed. It could be one of your relatives having a kid. God planned. God made it happen. Verse 16. But now ye rejoice in your boastings. All such rejoicing is evil. All people saying that they keep the law and they break it, not break it, but they're just talking about themselves. They're talking about how they went 5 years without drinking, or it could even be, I went 5 years without eating bacon, which if you go on the Preacher channel, there's a guy named Melvin, and he thinks for him, eating bacon is a sin. They just talk about themselves and how they accomplished to overcome this and that, but it's never about Jesus, about what he did. It was about what they did. James chapter 4, verse 17. Therefore to him that knoweth to do good and doeth not, to him it is sin. If you have the knowledge of good and evil, and you do something that you think is sin, then to you is sin. This is a pretty quick chapter, but I hope I broke everything down. Well, it's only been 10 minutes. Felt like 1 minute. Okay, but thank you for tuning in, and if you still sin, you are not saved. John 34, Jesus answered them, very, very, I say unto you, whosoever commits sin is the servant of sin. I will put Salvation Assurance, Never Sin Again, revised version from the Preacher channel down in the description below, so you can click on that and get saved today. The real kind, not the fake one. So thank you for tuning in, and whoever who comes now or later, thank you, and have a nice day.